Facts. I promise. Yep. Two peas, one pod, man. Two peas, one pod. Kendric Jones, Shelby Walker, episode one. Welcome. Here we are, dog.
Yes, sir. We have to jump off the porch.
We did, and late. Where you coming from? The cigar lounge.
Yeah,
We had a time, people, for what we say, 7 o'clock. It's not 7. It's 9:33.
it's okay. If anyone knows Shelby, he shows up.
My fault.
He's always late.
Is it me? Was it me being late?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna blame you.
Oh well, communication.
But I'm gonna blame you.
Well, how your week been, dog?
Man, the week been pretty cool. We got some things that we'll jump into.
Mm-hmm.
I learned, I called you. I told you I learned this past week that they don't take kids on field trips no more.
They don't. In school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially for a young mind. Like, how do you know what you want to do, what you want to become, what you want to be, see?
School is not about the kids anymore. It's not about the kids. And being a teacher, I didn't infiltrated another, I'm an infiltrator, y'all. First, you didn't know I worked as a juvenile. I infiltrated the jails. I was working with kids for 3 years in Dallas at the juvenile jail. Infiltrated that system. School and jail is just alike. I'm telling you, I've been to both.
That
literally.
Sucks.
And not just the other jail too, like the adult. I got me. I'd have been got. So I done seen it all. Shout out to everybody that did a few hours. I pride myself on not going, but I got out of there. Rachel, shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
But to jump back on things, as far as with the school, it's not about the kids anymore. And working with kids, you see, it's everybody trying to keep their job as an adult.
So what is it about?
It's in HISD. It's about right now showing, and let me see how I can say this without getting in trouble. I can put anybody in this classroom and they can teach the curriculum.
No, but everybody don't learn the same, especially from a field trip perspective. Man, if I'm an active kid, I can't sit down somewhere.
There's no money. It's it's all about the curriculum.
That's what I found out. It's about. But then, was there money when we was in school, or was the money handled differently?
I don't know. We're actually planning one as at my elementary school. Shout out there. Shout out.
And then I know the school bus is a big issue.
You're allotted a certain amount of money, and you have to make do. And right now, we're actually trying. As I'm shout out to my elementary school. We really doing that. So
they need to figure that out because you got to take kids on field trips.
Yeah, it's not very many.
You go to NASA, like, bro, I didn't know what an astronaut was, and I'm not sure if kids do if they're not exposed to it or exposed to different careers. But shout out to an engineering firm that reached out to me to want to mentor high school students.
Are you still doing that on that Thursday with the guy?
Well, I'm still. That's Carson. That's my little guy.
Yeah.
Well, Katie got it set up to where they have a mentoring program, but this was just, hey, we got an internship opportunity. We want to expose kids, but we understand that there's field trip issues. I'm like, bro, it's literally east side. It's walking distance. So they had to go through the paperwork and everything. Shout out to Coach Lindsay. He made it happen. I hit him up. I was like, hey, Coach. I know
Lindsay, what's up?
Man, Lindsay saved my life, man. Lindsay believed in me when nobody else believed in me.
Lindsay's a good white man, man. Lindsay's good.
But Lindsay believed in me. There's good people in that.
It is, I know.
You can't just label,
you're right. I'm just saying, in high school, you navigate stuff you don't know who to trust, who's telling you the truth, who blowing smoke up you. And I'm saying Lindsay was genuine. That's what I mean.
Yes, but why couldn't the black men do that?
They can. They do. It was a lot. Green clap. They was doing it. Yes.
So he's just a good man.
Oh, you got me.
All right.
You got me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because I've experienced bad from both standpoints, especially in high school, and just being guided. Lindsay, he took the time, but he took the time out to make this happen. And shout them for that. Shout out to KDISD too for, man. I get happy to see a kid for 30 minutes, bro. And this kid, every 30 minutes, like every Thursday, I call a school and I wake up like, hey, this the time I'm gonna show up. Or
Yeah.
I get there, that kid waiting. Like
Yeah.
that's a different level of responsibility. It's like, oh
He
man.
expect you. Yeah, he expect you to
Yes.
be
I
there.
told him, I
Yeah.
said, hey man, we're gonna play basketball. I showed up to the school, no
You
basketball.
you oh no. Well, you can get a basketball.
But
at
we got
school.
a
Yeah, I'm
basketball.
about to say
We got
that's
a
not.
basketball.
Yeah,
I
somebody
had to get a
coach.
basketball.
Somebody got a
I
basketball. at school.
had to get a
Yeah,
basketball.
of course.
If I didn't get a
Yeah.
basketball, I was gonna be in trouble, man. But
Yeah.
that was pretty dope.
Speaking of trouble, there's been a conversation that's been brought up on social media about gangs versus fraternities, and and the comparison or the similarities. Someone who's not in either, I'm just looking outside looking in versus someone who is in a fraternity. I feel like that'll be, we can kind of peel back for a little bit, go back and forth about it, and what's going on both sides.
Man, I think it's very unfortunate the situation that happened to the young man at
Yeah.
Southern. Um, I don't think that that's a reflection of any fraternity or sorority. Um, when you have people a part of organizations, you got bad teachers, you got good teachers, you got good public servants, you have bad public servants, you got good police officers, bad.
That's a fact.
Vice versa, you got some people who go through the process of how it's structured, and then you have people that do their own thing. And I think that was an instance of people doing their own thing. But we're not gangs, and I want people to understand that when you join a fraternity or a sorority, you're not a gang. That's not what you're joining for.
Well,
But
what do you
I
say?
will say to people,
What,
people join gangs from a standpoint of brotherhood.
what do you say to the people that say, okay, y'all have a hazing process just like the gangs have a jumping in process? Um,
We
you
don't have
know,
a hazing process. We have a membership intake process.
okay, I'm just speaking for
I got
the
you. I
people
got
that
you. I
would
got
say
you.
it's
I
called.
got you. I got you.
That's what we call it. We clear that up, So, um, also, gangs kill. It seems like this is not a consistent thing that goes on, but
Right.
very rare occasion someone seems to be getting hurt or almost losing
Uh-huh.
life, or
Yeah.
um, in extreme cases they do lose their life. So
Yes,
what do
but
you
no,
say?
we have a membership intake, which is a process for me, um, built camaraderie. There's no hazing. I gotta say that again. But it builds camaraderie, brotherhood, us as men going through trials and tribulations that makes us think, at least I could say, about my process. And to, like, you see other young men that basically build up over this time together to form a brotherhood in which I love all my line brothers. Like, we've seen each other at our lowest points, at our highest points, but I have a group of individuals um, that are uplifting. And then if you take it a step further, um, fraternity, when I'm looking for a job or looking for an opportunity, I can email a group of men and say, hey,
This
I'm
is what I
looking
need.
at doing this. Do you know anybody? Do you have any help or resources? Same way for you being an SMU grad or me being an A&M guy, or Purview.
Hmm.
Uh, Most schools allow me to have relationships where I can send an email to somebody and say, hey, I need help with this or that. Um, and going through this membership intake, I find mentors, I find brothers, and people that be lifelong friends afterwards. Now it's unfortunate, but it's crazy. I've seen white fraternities and sororities have some of the same issues, and I don't think it's fair for us to label one uh,
It
as
doesn't
us
get
being
talked
gangs.
about
Yeah.
enough. I'm an infiltrator. I infiltrated the white fraternities too. I infiltrated them. I infiltrated the school. Right now, I'm infiltrating the jail. I infiltrated the fraternities at SMU. So I know a little. Peek back in. They do the same stuff. Why it doesn't get talked about, I don't know.
You got
Ben,
good people and bad people.
I
That's
still
a
remember
boss.
that. There will never be a nigger S.A. There'll never be a nigger S.A.
And what he told you?
He said the SMU, they didn't do
They
that.
didn't do
Now,
that.
this happened, where did this happen at? I
Uh,
don't want to say the wrong school. This
was
happened at
that
another
Alabama?
institution.
Was that
Alabama,
Alabama?
it was one of them racist
Yeah,
schools.
yeah.
And they was doing this chant on the bus. You can look it up. Don't quote me. It happened. Okay.
Nah, it did. It went viral actually.
Yeah, it did. And you know, my quarterback at the time, he wasn't SAE. So that was weird. But
Did you think your quarterback was a bad person?
no, I like Ben.
Okay.
But he had to be checked a few times. You know, Ben was alright though. Ben was cool, but he had to be checked. He knew that he had to get checked sometimes.
What do you mean by check? And I asked that because I
Um,
think that people have to realize when you come from certain standpoints, like how me and you grew up. I can't fault someone to not understand that doesn't look like me because they didn't have to grow up with those same conditions or in that same environment. Now, I think both sides have to be shown grace and respect from a standpoint of you have to understand where one's coming from. And so you checking him is that you showing like, hey Ben, you can't do that because this is how we take it.
yes,
Okay.
that happened. Yeah. Shout out Ben, man.
Which I think it should.
Ben Hicks.
I think
It was nice.
the more you have people that come from different backgrounds to come together, the better off everybody leaves the situation because you're not just taking your ignorant knowledge upon you not knowing and saying or doing something stupid.
I'm still trying to
do
figure
that.
out what does eating a couch mean? You know, he was the Pikes. They was the Pikes. I don't know if y'all know all of my white SMU followers. The Pikes, they say they ate couches or ate. They be like, I ate a whole couch. Like, what does that even mean? You know, I'm still trying to figure that out. But
I don't know what that means.
I know y'all got y'all little sayings and stuff that don't nobody speaking in code. How you eat? How you gonna eat a couch?
I don't know, man.
Not crazy.
I don't
So, moving on to better things.
Yeah.
It's getting a little warm outside. Right now it's cold. I don't know why it's cold. Houston.
Last cold front. Last cold front.
This the last one?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna get warm eventually.
Gonna get
And
hot.
the sundresses are gonna come out. But they hanging up the sundresses for the tennis skirt.
I wonder when did that become a thing?
This was about 2 years ago. I was in Dallas.
What
I
made
remember.
the tennis skirts like so
I
cool?
remember. I don't know, but somebody famous put it on.
You think so?
Yeah, had to have. It's a trend. Somebody started a trend. It might have been Rihanna or Beyonce. Somebody put on that fit, and they hung up the sundresses.
Which one you like better?
Sundress out there. You give me a sundress any day of the week. Rain, hail. It don't even have to be sunny outside. That's the thing. They don't even tell you that. They don't even tell you that about the sundresses. It don't even have to be sunny. It could be. It was sunny. You keep that sundress on. Then you could piece it up with the sandals.
Why you don't like the tennis deal?
Are we about to go play tennis? Like I feel like ATL Esquire. You know how he was like, are we?
We just get ready to go play golf.
And then if
tennis,
I don't
how
have,
you gonna go play tennis?
we could play tennis. I know some tennis females. Shout out Nicole. You know, like I know some females that actually play tennis, but
yeah, you wasn't rocking with the tennis guy.
it's cool. You know, it's convenient. But nah, I see. I can't even say that because the sundress is even more convenient. You can expedite some things. You see what I'm saying? You could from point A to B, quick. Didn't even think.
I don't know when it became a trend, but
What about you?
Or the Floyd pants.
Well, I don't know what the Floyd.
You
What's
don't
the
miss the
Floyd?
Floyd, the yoga pants with the flare at the bottom. Them was in style before
Yoga
the
pants with the were they tight here and then they flip?
yeah.
That's
those-
cool,
those-
but that ain't the sundress.
Those were a thing before.
I just want the ladies to know. Please bring the sundresses back. I just want.
And then I wonder, is that an older woman thing?
The sundress? Or
Yeah.
yes. Well, maybe we old now.
Oh, stop it! You cut that.
We old, bro. We
I
old
guess
now.
so. Would that be? Yeah. Because I want to say, bro, last summer I didn't see any
Sundresses.
at all.
I know it was the tennis.
For like the last few years since COVID, really. I
It's
ain't
the
seen it.
tennis. The tennis
haven't
skirt
seen
is
that.
killing, which is great. But you know,
Nah, but On that though, I like what Erica Badu did.
What with the BBL stuff?
Now, shout out to the women that's gonna do whatever. You're more than welcome to do whatever you
Skinny
please.
BBL, I ain't gonna lie. The
You're
skinny
more than
BBL is
welcome to
alright.
do
I'm not
whatever you
tripping on
please.
it. The big
But
one alright too,
but
but
what she did though, I hope that it made women feel more comfortable in their skins. I think that's what she was trying to do. You think that's what she was?
she was
Trying to
just trying to say, look at yourselves. That's she to me. I took that as like she's making such an
What?
exaggeration.
do? You know what's crazy? She has one of the nicest bodies you have never seen.
No, you
Like
have
it's rare.
No,
What I'm saying is rare.
you gotta type in window seat video shoot when she walked in Dallas and took off all her clothes and pretended like she was JFK and shot herself in the middle of the street, and she did that butt naked. Shout out Erica Badu.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Okay, that was one of the well, that was one of the.
Because somebody was gonna say,
rare.
you don't know.
That was one
I'm
of the rare
I'm a
tops.
stan.
I haven't seen it yet.
And she about to make an album with Alchemist, so I can't wait for that to come out. Speaking of music,
I wish she made an album with Andre 3K.
they got a few songs, dude. They got a few songs.
but
I'll send them to you.
But all the men that she's been with, bro, I don't know what she does to them, but
I heard a story. Common rubbed her feet till they was numb. He probably was in the trends.
wow, like what?
She said he rubbed my feet till they was numb. I said, damn.
Bro, even
That nigga must have been
the father of her child just came out with a video that
for a child.
yeah, he said that.
Who what's his name, man?
I don't know his name, but he said she
He
changed
the one
his life.
he the one that's dating the Rothschild, Jay Electronica. She's Jay Electronica, Andre 3K, and it's one more.
But he said she changed her life, man. That's pretty wild. But shout out to her for doing that because it gave a different perspective. You don't see, I think I was talking to a guy the other day and he was like, man, having a daughter right now is very tough because you look like they look to Instagram and TikTok and everything as what they should be and how they should be, which is like, I'm glad I'm a man because I don't really. I guess us as men, we don't really.
Well, it's not even that, bro. It's we didn't grow up in that time, so we missed that. We didn't have, bro. They got iPhones in elementary school.
Yeah, my phone.
So come on, you didn't have.
I had to
if I brung my flip phone to, they would be tripped out.
Yeah, I say we lived in the best generation. Though.
Yes, we were one of the last normal.
You see the
yeah. Granny had to dial her phone. Mm-hmm. When you had to, I'm dialing like this, calling everybody, all the females in elementary. Nigga, I'm 7, 1, 3.
You weren't talking late on the phone then.
I don't know what was late then, but I remember I talked on this
9
phone.
o'clock. I had to be asleep by 9
On the weekends, I talked on the phone for sure late. And then Uvu, that was the closest thing to internet I had. I had by middle school, Uvu.
What was the thing with the it was blue.
I don't know.
Skype.
Yeah, Skype.
Skype was the thing.
Yeah.
Dang, that was
Skype.
before first.
That was instant message. That was before. That was really the IM.
Yeah, is that
the Skype?
Dang, was that like social media without having social media?
It was just how we started to evolve to it. But elementary, we was normal as fuck. Like,
bro, I wonder what they're gonna do about TikTok. I think TikTok.
He said he got 75 more days. He just extended it. 75 more days.
Man, going to another topic. Bro, you ever seen 4 months be this crazy from a presidential standpoint?
No, I haven't. They say Bush was pretty bad, but I was listening to my people.
Which Bush? The son?
Junior, because he was stupid.
Nah, but I heard. Like, they say Bush was one of the best governors of Texas because he agreed. Like, he had people on both sides of the aisle that was giving information. They said when he became president, it's a story that I heard.
Dick Cheney ran Bush, but like just publicly speaking and how he sounded, he was like the dumb brother, like the.
He got the Texas draw.
Yeah, he did, of course, but I'm saying they built him to do that. Like that wasn't his. He wasn't the smart one, the smart, intelligent one. Bro, he was kind of the total opposite of his father.
People love Bush's first
term. They do love Bush.
The second term,
They do love Bush.
The second term of Bush, I think
Well, my
it messed him up with how he handled the Katrina
man, when
or
Bush
hurricane.
came to SMU, oh my gosh, when Bush came to SMU, dog,
Hey, bro, I want to meet Bush.
I met him. I had to shake his hand, bro.
No, I want to sit down and talk to
I
him.
had to
Bro.
shake his hand. He cornered me. We going like
You
this.
should
The
take a
Secret
selfie.
Service. Secret Service here. I'm right here, and the locker room is here. So we coming like this, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing, young man?" And I'm like, "How you doing, Mr. President?"
And that was Trump. What you doing?
You messed me up on camera, Albert. When you see this, because Albert tried to take a picture. My equipment manager, as it happened,
But if
he
it's Trump, what you doing?
Fish. Give him a fish.
Man, I don't know, man.
Give a fish.
Trump, wild, bro.
I
Bush,
mean,
man,
if I'm cornered and you gotta,
Shelby,
if the president
Bush was
and
not Trump, bro. Trump
I'm
is polarized.
and when I say that, y'all don't kill me. He's saying that if Trump was the president 16 years ago and that in the hallway, don't do me like that now, because now I wouldn't do it. But you got to think, Bush was the ex-president, so he not the.
I would have shook Bush hand. I would say,
Yeah, shit. That's what I
just
did.
told you I want to meet with him.
So if now I'm gonna ask you, if that was Trump, what you doing?
I don't know, bro.
He come to your college football, and where'd you go? Him, the Secret Service, y'all both walking, going into the locker room at the same time. How you doing? How you doing, sir? What's your name?
The person that I was like this with, maybe a little bit worse. Who I was like this with was Ted Cruz, bro. Went to a gala, seen him, and we just like everybody mixing and mingling.
Yeah.
It's like, how you doing, Senator? And I'm like, oh man, this is Ted Cruz. Like, this is crazy. I spoke.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta speak. You gotta respect. I won't say you. Yeah, you gotta respect
if you
them.
in those rooms, you have to act like such.
You gotta respect them in the position in which they have. I didn't get a chance to, but
they were mad at Obama when Obama was sitting by Trump talking to him. I'm just saying, what is Obama supposed to do? Like, flick him off the whole time they sitting by each other,
But even with Ted, I had context from, I know some people that work with him. They was like, Kendrick, you'll think he's one of the, like, you sit down, chop it over him off camera.
Yeah.
Cool dude. I hear he's one of the smartest dudes, but
he sounds stupid.
You never seen 4 months like this.
No, it's pretty bad. People are getting fired. White people are mad. So that is the funny thing that's going on. Some of the same people that put him in office seems like they be having buyer's remorse. That's what it seems like.
Man, he's hurting so many different groups of people. Now, I guess the one good thing you could say,
border.
Yeah.
He's securing it. He's getting them out. He's getting them out.
People scared. Everything.
He's doing that.
America got to do better. We, from a standpoint of our laws, our immigration laws, it shouldn't be as long as a process or whatever. It should be very thorough and efficient. And then people, if you commit a crime, you gotta go.
Yeah,
you gotta go, man. That's. If we go commit crimes in other people's country, what's her name? Brittany Griner?
Right. Great example. That's a great example.
That is crazy.
We had to give back a gun selling like special ops dude that they wanted back. Yeah. That's who they wanted.
I mean, what let the people know what made us do this. Well, first, let me give you your flowers, bro.
Okay.
You did a whole year of podcasting. That's crazy.
I did.
Hey, for people that don't know you, that's like that's dedication, hard work. That's you like challenging yourself regardless. Like, hey, I'm gonna get this podcast off.
Yeah.
You did it, bro. I'm proud of you for that.
Appreciate it. Life took a toll when I got my little DWI case, and a couple other things going on, and I couldn't juggle everything. I was real depressed actually, so that's what kind of got it to a halt, or that's what sparked the halt, at least for me. Because doing it is very real life. I like to talk about real things that's going on in my life. So See, when you got that and you embarrassed to talk about it or not at peace with it, it ain't gonna come out right. So I kind of put a heart on it. But here we are, man. We felt like we could come together and kind of give our perspective on things. We know a lot of people. We like to have good conversation. We challenge each other mentally, whether it's sports, entertainment, politics, pop culture, relationships, just anything,
Yeah.
fatherhood. Sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here we are.
And y'all get a little bit of all of that throughout the shooting. Hey, bro, you
Yeah.
watched the U of H game last night?
Oh my gosh, what a great! Don't you love when things like this happen? You got something to talk about right on time too.
That
U of
showed
H
the
did
heart of
that.
Houston,
U of
man.
H did that.
That showed the heart of Houston, though.
I'm gonna give people one stat for my sports people. 10 minutes, no scoring, one field goal in the fourth quarter. That is what won the game.
Yeah.
When they came out with that stat, I'm like, dang, and they just hung by the entire way. They just kept fighting. The dark skinned point guard,
Yeah.
him
LJ.
and the light skinned cat
Yeah.
shoot them threes.
Yeah,
Man,
he had a clutch bucket.
even the 6 year senior came, with some good points in
Coach
the fourth.
Sampson, a good coach, man. It just, but that's I kind of liked it from a standpoint of like, bro, that's really the nature of like the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like you from Houston, it's like you gonna get it.
Yeah,
You gonna be gritty.
It was grimy.
You gonna get it.
That was.
You could take anybody blow. We took hurricanes,
That's a
windstorms.
fact. That's a
Lights
fact.
being
Flooding,
heat.
snow. Yeah, the weather be
And
all
Houston still
unpredictable.
popping. Everybody still outside.
Outside, it's raining.
Crazy.
Everybody out in the club.
But, yeah,
You right.
I watched the clip. Dude was like, man, that's just the culture and the nature of like Houston. Like you're not gonna be out or count yourself out until it's like over. And I ain't gonna lie, Cooper Flag, he the real deal, man.
Yeah, he hard.
He the real deal.
Yeah, that missed shot gonna follow him though for a while.
He going to the league, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
First.
Another stat. I'm a stat man today. 91% of the world was betting on Duke. Vegas turned upside down.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost money.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? And the people that did go for my Uncle Buster we did a family bracket. He had Houston in the Final Four, bro. He had Houston there. I mean, at the last team. And they there. The whole time they was playing, he just come on.
They play Florida tomorrow. Florida got a good guard. But I think they may be able to pull it out, bro. The city gonna be up. They win. Ooh,
yeah. And we going over there tomorrow. We going over to Buster tomorrow to watch the game. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, man. But man, honestly, shout out to you.
Yeah,
because this podcast stuff in this world is totally different. But I look forward to embracing this journey with you. Talk about everything, giving all different perspectives.
Yeah.
2 P's, 1 pod. Just how we came up with it. Anybody know us?
Yeah.
We've been best friends since 6th grade, people. That's a long time.
11 to 29 and counting.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's been some times I wanted to hang you off the balcony, but
yeah, that's
all right. It's been time you stopped being my friend. I ain't gonna talk about that time, but that's all right.
7th grade, man.
Nah,
yes, it was over a girl.
His fault, not mine. I don't know what he was thinking, but it's okay. It's okay.
I assumed wrong.
The first 3 letters of what I like to tell people. Anytime you assume, you make the first 3 letters out of yourself.
Yeah. I can't say that, but I made a metaphor. My kids got it. Is what I said. They get it. They be learning in my class. Bro.
So join us on this journey as we embrace the podcast world, and it's just the beginning, people.
Absolutely. Once a week you can expect us, man. Shout out to all the listeners. Like, subscribe. We'll have something for audio. We'll have a video as well, and started something special.
Yes, sir.
It is.